Scanning for audio.
Hello, welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Now, this is going to be a series of 4 separate YouTube videos, 4 separate reviews. And the reason is because many of these are available individually. They're all available in the Angels and Demons box set. And if you want, I'll put all the videos together into one video eventually. But you can buy them individually. They're all 4th Doctor stories. And as far as I'm concerned, they're all absolute gems. Series 12B. So we've got, well, it's the Doctor and Louise Jameson. But however, Margaret Hopwood's Nerys Hughes is still with them because this is Series 12B. And it's just lovely. That's not much of a review, I'll grant you that. It's just lovely. What's that supposed to mean? But it is. Nerys went to the same drama school as Tom. And of course here, Tom's playing his 40-year-old self. Still all sparkly and marvellous. But when it comes to characterization, Nerys is just captured Margaret beautifully. She's a sculptor. She's got her own skill set. She's a nervous traveller, which is a very nice thing. And they all just spark off each other beautifully. Leela's looking after her and bringing her along for the ride. And she is a nervous traveller, but it's so nicely done. So we've got 4 stories. The Wizard of Time by Roy Gill, The Friendly Invasion by Christopher Chapman, Stone Cold, Roland Moore, and The Ghosts of Margaret by Tim Foley. So, we start off with The Wizard of Time. It's a 2-part story. And the review is, well, the synopsis. It's time for a story. Jacob Palmer was one of the greats. His fantasy novels for children entranced a generation. But how much of their stories were fantasy and how much was the truth? At least he's ready to tell the tale of what happened. Beautifully set up. You've got an old people's home. It's a bit like one of those Doctor Unbound. You've got retired author set sometime, I would say 2070, probably. And someone has turned up to help out an elderly retired writer. And the writer starts telling stories using a projector of some sort about the Doctor, about Leela, about Margaret, about his childhood, about the way that those stories that happened in real life affected him. Gorgeously constructed. Beautifully performed, and even as a Pet Shop Boys gag. What more do you need? I was a bit thrown by the structure of it, the way that it's presented to us. I was, it feels like a bit like a short trip. But it's not. Trust me, it's absolutely not. It's a stormingly good story, incredibly well structured. And you know what? Roy Gill always gives us something that we want, but not necessarily in the way we're expecting it. More Roy Gill, please. Short review, because I've got 4 to get through. But I will, like I said, put them all together. So until next time, be seeing you.
Another story.
There's always another story.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The 4th Doctor Adventures, Angels and Demons.
I remember a time years ago, back before the weather was always mad. Did you hear that?
Must be a fox.
Perhaps, or perhaps it's something worse.
Bumpy in here, Doctor.
Useless!
What's wrong?
We are not alone, Leela. That's what's wrong.
Dirk Forever and the Spell of Winter by Jacob Palmer.
We've hit something, surely. Another ship?
No. There is something outside. It wants to get in.
One moment.
Why, yes, what's the matter?
This TARDIS, what is it?
Oh, nobody knows that, apart from the wizard.
There you go, boys.
An important day for Dainty Company.
Are you some kind of spy?
You are my nomination.
Look at his hands.
Stan.
I have chosen you.
Someone is trying to change the course of history.
So, we're nearly there.
This is not your home.
Back to the TARDIS, we'll try again.
Give us Private Joseph Poe. If you don't, we will burn the old boot to the ground.
Help me to defend this place.
Oh, I don't like it this far, eh? The captain told us not to leave the pleasure liner.
What are you then? That's impossible.
We've lost 13 people. 2 crew and 11 passengers.
People who vanish without trace. A feeding pattern. The sound of stone moving.
The rocks themselves are moving. Margaret, what has happened to you? Doctor? Margaret is here, but she is not here.
Big Finish for the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @Tin Dog Podcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.